How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Happy Friday. Yeah, I just came back from signing 2 applications. I'm on my foot. I'm on my grind today, man. I know something gonna pan out. I got a question, man. I got a question for my ladies. Not also my ladies, my gentlemen too. I got a real important question, man. You know, hope for the best, but expect the worst. I just want to know, like, what y'all gonna do if the grid go down? For the ladies that say things like, I don't need no man, I don't want no man. You know, cause you done gain a little, you might done gain you a little money, you got you a good job, you got a couple of degrees and all that. But I'm gonna show you how the benevolent Most High work though. What if it was to be like a situation where all electricity go out and it just be total darkness, like it was like in the beginning, you know, before we were so-called quote unquote created. What I'm just saying though, you know what I'm saying? No pun intended, but just saying though, what if this shit go back to all just total darkness? Like, what y'all gonna do then for the ones who say they don't need no man because, you know, a man ain't got this or that, a man ain't got certain materials? What y'all gonna do when it comes to a credit scratcher event and niggas go out here and niggas be out here in total chaos? Niggas be out here in total chaos. Everybody's total destruction and chaos be without no lights or nothing. If that cosmic energy happen to get so tense and they hit the earth, everything down here that we think that matter, that everything electricity wise, radio, TV, cars, what you gonna do if all that shit just total, just boom, just total shut down? And then in the meanwhile, after that, the shutdown, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna need a solar generator. But what you gonna do when when your neighbor hungry and they thirsty and they looking for something to eat because they stomach touching their back? What you gonna do then? What you gonna do for the it's just a question. I'm not trying to pick on nobody. I'm just being logical here. That's it. You know, I know a lot of people that getting everything got to do with these days is emotional, emotional trauma and all that shit, because you might hear somebody speaking words of truth. But all that shit out the fucking window. I'm kind of seeing the times we heading in right now. And it ain't a good look. Hate it or love it. So what you gonna do when this shit, what you gonna do though? What you gonna do if this shit, that grid shut down and y'all talking about you don't need no damn man? What you gonna do when you got niggas back they back touching they goddamn stomach and they hungry and they see that they see something in your yard that done attracted them to come to your spot? But you went now with, check this out though, you went now with no man in there now. You got your degree in now. You got your little money that you've been made from your job and all that shit. You got all that, but people realize when they see you, they only see you. They don't see no man in the house. So how you think, one thing about a thief targets things that tend to be vulnerable and weak. Because we all know thieves are cowards. So they coward. So you think they ain't looking at your ass, lady? The fact that you ain't got no man in the house, you know what I'm saying? You want to be with this all independent shit, and 9 out of 10, your brothers and your brothers and your father and your father, your male figures in your life don't stay with you 9 out of 10. So what y'all gonna do? Like, we need to stop this shit. We need to really get our top back on the alignment, man. Cause like this shit really it ridiculous though, man. This shit ridiculous. We need to get our top right. We need to get our shit, our priority together. Cause all this independent man versus woman, all that shit there, man, the Most High gonna hit this place with a natural disaster. You see the disasters that's already going on around the country. You know, all these different continents and shit. He gonna hit this place, and then I know he's sick. I know if he's sick of all the nations, because all the nations trying to play like they tough, but they don't know nothing about how the divine rock. The divine will throw something natural at this motherfucker at any given moment, and we'll be looking sick. Once upon a time, the earth was flooded. The earth was flooded from the firmaments above, and the water spilled to the top from there. But now it's supposedly gonna be like fire. And when I think of fire, I think about the radiation that coming from that sun, coming to the cosmos, coming from the cosmos. That radiation gets so intense. What you think gonna happen to electricity? Electricity, vehicle motors, electric scooters, and all this shit. What you think gonna happen to that shit? That radiation intense. I mean, we talking about that summer radiation. They just hypothetically now. They just metaphorically. Just think, what if? I know a lot of people be talking about this and that, but a lot of people ain't got. Some people have receipts. Some people don't have receipts about what the hell they be talking about. But I'm just a what if type person. What if? I look at everything like what if? What if that do happen? Because you can't have too much of expectation when you're living in a world like this. You know, things that we goddamn hold on to so much. Just possibly just let it go. Just possibly let it go for a while, and see what really going on. But yeah, man, that message for y'all women, man, like, what you gonna do? Y'all, I love y'all. I think y'all are amazing creatures, but the hatred and the hatred and the lowering of your men, lowering, Lowering, lowering your men, like we ain't nothing, like we don't mean nothing. That's gonna be detrimental one day. So I think y'all might wanna, kind of like give a brother a little slack out here, man, cause it gonna get real. If I was you, I would want a nigga goddamn 6 feet tall, 260 pounds, to be at least in your motherfucking corner in case some shit go down. Nigga run up on you and snatch your ass up. I mean, I'm just keeping it raw. That nigga gonna think twice if he just see a nigga 6 feet and 260 something standing beside you. Nigga gonna think twice. And then let alone the strength that a nigga got. You see them shoulders. Yeah, you see this shit. Ain't too many niggas could do something with this shit, and I ain't even trying to be arrogant. I done won some, I done lost some. But even the losses went so goddamn victorious, you know what I'm saying? A motherfucker, one thing they gonna know that I was there. So they just coming back a bit like, ladies, y'all gotta do better, baby. You gotta do better, man. I'm just saying though, certain attacks a nigga might can happen and maybe overcome because the Most High done put a lot more weight and structure in our body, and a little muscle, a little mass and muscle. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean that we think we better than y'all. This is how the Most High created. You gotta understand, He made us to be the head. The head also come with the strength, the power, the muscle. Like, come on now, the protection. So all I gotta say, man, just whatever, man. We already in some chaotic times, just looking at the economy and shit. But just thinking like that on top of that, on top of, you know, the grid shutting down and all the electricity and power going off. Woo! I believe that'd be like with another scene from Vietnam, boy. Just saying, man. It's right there, and it kind of like in our faces right now. So it's something to think about. You know what I mean? So I just made the video, man, reflecting on that, man. Y'all have a good day, man. Peace.